Hello, my dear students. Welcome to our recorded discussion. Just never mind the chickens in the background. Alright, so our topic is all about solutions. This is already the module 6 of our quarter 1 lessons. So the following are our objectives. First is to investigate properties of saturated or saturated solutions. We're going also to mention about supersaturated solutions. Second is we're going to explain different factors affecting solubility. And third is we're going to show self-reliance in performing the task at home independently. So let's start our discussions to the components or to the two components of solutions. So we have the solute and the second one is the solvent. Okay, when you say solute, it is the component that is present in smaller amount. For the solvent, it is the component that is present in larger amount. Okay, always remember that. Again, solute, muna siya ang gamay ra sa component sa solution, siya ang gamay ra, muna si solute. Ang mas daghan, si solvent. Okay? Let's have this example. Potassium chloride crystals and water. So the solute is, our clue here is potassium chloride has formed crystals already. That means it is of larger amount. So our solute therefore in this number 1 is water. The solvent is the potassium chloride. Number 2, acetone and alcohol. So take note, acetone is 10 cubic centimeters and for alcohol it's 20 cubic centimeters. So which is smaller amount? It's the acetone, so that is the solute. Acetone is the solute. And for the solvent, it's the alcohol. It's the component that is present in larger amount. Number 3, it's will be your task or your turn. I give you 1 minute. Oh, you did answer it in less than 1 minute. Okay, so number 3, the solute is the oxygen gas and the solvent is the nitrogen gas. Very good. For number 4, 78% isopropyl alcohol. That means alcohol is the solvent and water is the solute. For chrome steel made of 90% iron and 10% chromium, that means solute is the chromium or the Cr, then the solvent is the iron or the Fe. Let's proceed to the next. So, solutions can be classified as gaseous, liquid, or solid. So, for gaseous solution, that means a gas dissolved to another gas. Example of that is air. That's a gaseous solution. So air, we know that it composes of different gases dissolved in each other. For the liquid solution, it could be a solid dissolved to liquid, gas dissolved to liquid, or liquid dissolved to liquid, as long as the final output is a liquid solution. Example of that is salt water. So salt dissolved in water. So take note, salt is a solid and it dissolved in water. So the final output now is a liquid solution, that's salt water. So take note, we have the so-called aqueous solution. When you say aqueous solution, water is used as the solvent. Okay, then for solid solution, it's a solid dissolved to another solid. Example of that is brass. Okay, kung say brass ma, kanang brush nga pang brush sa hugaw, no. Example of that is trumpet. Okay, so that's a solid solution. Now let's have saturation of solution. So we have the so-called saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated. So it has something to do with the ratio of the amount of solute and solvent. So kung gamay ra ang solute na gibutang sa solution, then what it can normally hold, then that is unsaturated. For the saturated, kanang insakto nga maoy iyahang ma-dissolve, mo'y amount nga naa sa maong solution or amount of solute nga naa ng maong solution. That is called saturated solution. For the supersaturated, it contains more solute than what it can normally hold. Just go over to the definitions here. Let's have an example for you to really understand this concept: saturated, unsaturated, and supersaturated. For example, we have 100 ml water. This 100 ml water, mo dissolve ni siya o 40 grams sugar. For example, let's have sugar at 25 degrees Celsius. This is the capacity of this 100 ml water. Now, for example, this 100 ml, we are going to add, okay, let's just copy this and paste this here. For example, we are going to add that 100 ml water with 25 grams, okay, 25 grams sugar at 25 degrees Celsius. Now we have the so-called unsaturated solution, okay. This time it's called unsaturated solution. If, for example, this 100 ml water, we are going to add 45 grams sugar at 25 degrees Celsius. Now we have the so-called supersaturated. Supersaturated. Okay? Supersaturated na siya. Now, you may ask, anus aday ta maka-saturated? Now, we will have the saturated solution if we have this. We are going to add 100 ml with 40 grams sugar because this is the capacity of 100 ml water. This is the amount that it can normally hold and it can dissolve. So this is now the saturated solution. So if we're going to have a solution of if you are going to dissolve 40 grams sugar to 100 ml water at 25 degrees Celsius, we have now the saturated solution. Again, as unsaturated if it contains less solute, less than what it can normally hold, that is 25 grams, for example, we have the unsaturated solution. But if it contains more like 41, that's for example, let's have 41. As long as it's more than the normal solute, normal amount of solute that it can normally dissolve, then that is already a supersaturated solution. Okay, I hope this is clear to your mind now. Let's proceed to the next topic. It has something to do with the factors that affect solubility. Let's highlight this for you to take note. So, the extent to which the solute dissolves in a given solvent is affected by several factors. So the following are nature of solutes and solvents. Second is the effects of temperature. Third is the effects of pressure. So for the first factor, the nature of solutes and solvents. So nature could be polar or non-polar. Okay, for polar solvents like water, of course, there are excellent solvents for polar solutes like sodium chloride and ang asin. Whereas non-polar solvents like ether and benzene, okay, have you seen ether and benzene? Okay, for non-polar solvents like ether and benzene, they have Um, they are excellent solvent for nonpolar solute. So in general, polar solvents dissolve polar solutes. If it's a nonpolar solvent, then it will dissolve nonpolar solutes. So you may do your research to that. So nonpolar solids like fats and waxes. Alright. Second factor is effect of temperature. So most solid solids become more soluble in liquid solvents as the temperature rises. So there are only a few known solids that become less soluble in liquid solvents as temperature increases. So in the solutions of gases and liquids, increase in the temperature results to decrease in the solubility of gases. This is the reason why bubbles appear when tap water is heated. Increase in temperature allows the gas molecules to escape from water molecules in the form of bubbles. The same principle is applied to soft drink, which form bubble as they warm up. The third factor is effect of pressure. So it is said that pressure is directly proportional, or the amount of gas molecules that can be dissolved in a given solvent is directly proportional to the pressure. So this means that higher pressure is applied to the solution, the gas molecules are dissolved in liquids. On the other hand, less gas molecules will be dissolved in liquids at lower pressure. Note that if we open a bottle of soft drink, it pops and bubbles are produced. The popping sound indicates sudden change in pressure. A sealed soft drink bottle has an inside pressure of 1 atmosphere, and opening the bottle decreases the pressure. The solubility of the gas, for example carbon dioxide molecules in liquid component of the soft drink, also decreases. Excuse me to that. As a result, these gas molecules escape in the form of bubbles. I hope this is clear to your mind. If you have questions, but before we end, let's wrap up our discussion. So we discussed today about solute and solvent. I hope it is still clear to your mind. We also discussed about saturated solution, unsaturated solution, and supersaturated solution. So I hope you are still reminded of the differences. Then we also discussed about the factors that affect solubility. So I hope those are clear to your mind already. If you have questions, message me in our group chat. So I'll just wait for your answers to the posted activities and assessment in our Google Classroom. Please take note, it's second to the last module already for quarter 1. So if you have missed activities, so that means you have not answered those activities yet, please do answer it already for me to be able to compute your grades at the end of our quarter. Okay, so I hope you are in the discussion today is clear to your mind now. So again, if you have questions, message me in our group chat. Okay, so thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy and you have fun in our lesson today. Bye bye.